Last week, LAUSD had a parcel tax on the ballot, and the measure was defeated. Amazingly, it was defeated in California. Californians, for the last few years, have been obsessed with voting in Democratic elections, not Republic, actual Democratic, where everybody gets to vote on it, to raise their own taxes. Well, here is a rare instance where they didn't. Hello, and welcome to the Tea Party Hardy channel, where the party is just getting started. Current events looked at through a skeptical eye using science, history, and sometimes humor to explore the events of the day. Let's get down to business. You see, where it gets interesting is this. This is the residue from the teacher strike last year. Was it last year? Well, I guess school year's out now, so yeah. All right, so what happened is the teachers in LA went on strike to get higher wages, to get retro higher wages, to have a host of other services put into the schools, which I'll read from this article in a minute. And in return for getting higher wages, by the way, LA teachers are the highest paid teachers compared to the neighboring states. They make at least twice as much as the neighboring states, and sometimes 3 times as much, because some of the neighboring states, they don't pay their teachers very well. A freshman teacher in LAUSD starts at, well, this is the old pay scale. I haven't looked at the new pay scale. The old pay scale was $52,000 a year. Fresh out of school, $52,000 a year. Congratulations. The average teacher, according to LA Times back during the strike, is $75,000 a year. Now, let's not forget who teachers marry. They tend to marry other teachers or, for some reason, cops. In that case, that means they're making $150,000 a year household income. And if you work for LAUSD, unlike some of the other local districts, you don't have to pay for your health care whatsoever. It's completely covered by the district. So they don't even have to do a $5 co-fee. So they're making, if they're married, $150,000 or more a year. So the parking lots in LAUSD are filled with, the staff parking lots are filled with BMWs, Lexus, all the high-end cars. Because you know what? They can afford them. God bless them. And they begged for a raise. And they begged for a retro check to go along with that raise. And they begged for all these support services. And again, what did they promise in order to get all that stuff? Absolutely nothing. They promised to do nothing. They just flat out wanted. They said, gimme, 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 gimme. The district said, we can't do it. We don't have the money. Anyways, after a few weeks of strike, the district gave in 100%. They gave them everything they asked for. They all got retro checks. They all got their raises. So now they make phenomenally more. No, it was already phenomenally more than the local states. Well, what is the bigger word, phenomenal? Whatever the bigger word is, that's what they make now. And I can guarantee you, after those so-called negotiations, they will give every single thing they promised to get that raise, which was nothing. They promised to do nothing. And I can guarantee you they will do nothing. They don't have to do anything. Nobody asked them in the press. I looked. Hey, if you guys get this raise, can we expect our test grades to go higher? Can we expect graduation rates to increase? Because the graduation rate in LA, last time I looked, and it's been a while, was 60% or less. So can we expect any of those improvements to occur if you get all this stuff? Nobody asked them that, and they didn't promise that. They don't have to do anything. Now here's the real kicker. When the district said they didn't have the money to pay them, they weren't joking. So this is a state where in 1978 they passed a law called Proposition 13, which means you can't tax local entities to pay for your school. And it's all paid through the state. All of it is through the state. So Communism, here we come. We're all on board that Titanic, baby. So anyway, so they said, well, we're going to pass a parcel tax to pay for the schools, which won't be on the housing. No, it'll be on construction. But here's what I want you to highlight. This is what I want to share with you that I highlighted. This is what they said for voting on Proposition EE, or whatever it was called, Measure EE. Will reduce class sizes and add nurses, counselors, and arts and music in our local schools, Mayor Garcetti said as he urged people to go to the polls. If people stay home, nothing changes for our children, and the future for all of us will pay the price. That couldn't be more wrong. That couldn't be a big, I'm going to say it, that couldn't be a bigger lie. The union already promised it. The district already promised the union to do this. EE was simply to pay for it. They're going to get it, Mr. Garcetti. They're going to get it. This is what happens when you live in a 100% Democrat state. When they passed it, when the district said, fine, we'll do it, but we don't have the money, but we'll do it anyways, they were counting on Governor Newsom to pay for it, because it's an all-blue state. Why not? We got money. We'll get it from somewhere. Well, they didn't get it from the taxpayers willingly. But this statement that the mayor said, it will reduce class sizes, already promised, already in the books. We're already spending it. Add nurses, already doing it. It's on the books. Counselors, arts, music, it's already on the books. They already said yes. There's no takebacks, baby. It's already promised. When he says that we'll all have the price to pay, dude, we're already paying the price. That we have voters that wisened up at this point. But there was a news story when when the strike was over, where the parents welcomed back the teachers after the strike with a red carpet. I'm not making that up. With a red carpet. These are people that just won a huge raise on top of a huge salary based on local neighboring states. Put it even against national. Oh my God, they make so much money compared to the national. Again, if you're married, you're taking home $150. Okay? So that puts you so far above the median income in California. And look at their parking lot. I'm sorry, I'm being superficial, but they do because they can. And they welcomed them with a red carpet. And they promised to do absolutely nothing to improve test scores, to improve graduation rates, to improve anything in education. They just wanted it more posh. If your school district goes on strike and they promise to do nothing, don't give them everything they ask for. If you don't have the money to pay for it, don't give them anything. If you do give them everything they ask for and they promise to do nothing, don't turn around and say they're not going to get it if you don't pass this measure when you've already signed the dotted line that they're going to get it. It just makes you look stupid. If your teachers make twice as much as the neighboring states, they don't need a raise. If your teachers are making, fresh out of college, $52,000 a year, they don't need a raise. If they're driving Lexus, if they're driving BMWs, God bless them, but they're doing that on the taxpayer's back. They're not doing that through entrepreneurialism. That matters. People say we don't pay our teachers enough. That's not true in California. And that they got away with screaming that we didn't make. When I talked to the teachers about this, and trust me, I made no friends doing this, they said, oh, it's not about the money, it's not about the money. It's true, we don't need the money. That's exactly what they said to me. They didn't turn it down. When you see your teachers in public school, if they were carrying that sign that said, we're on strike for you, ask them how much of the money you're going to get out of that retro check. What they're going to share with the student. Because, you said you're on strike for me, the student. Well, I'm a student. How much of that money do I get? Because you promised to do nothing extra. So I'd like to know what my cut is. It's a fair question. And those people that told me that the strike wasn't for the money, they didn't give their money back either. They took the raise. And they took the retro check. Let this be a warning to you people that don't live in LA. And for the people that do live in LA that are watching this, thank you for at least voting no on the tax to do this. But guys, they got to pay for it somehow. They're gonna come after you. You gotta quit voting for a Democrat every single time. You're gonna have to pick another party. Somebody else to create competition. We hope you enjoyed the content, and if you did, feel free to like, subscribe, come on back anytime. You're always welcome here as part of the family, and we'll see you in the future.